us again.
Yes, hello, welcome back to another episode of our podcast with no name, where we talk about musicals, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We talk about musicals. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Tereza, and you can listen as we lose our minds and sing some songs.
And sing songs along with us.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Les Misérables.
Or Les Mis, as most of we may know it. For the Czech people, bídníci nebo ubožáci. Sorry, okay. It's fine. Anyway, we're very tired, as you can see. Anyway, so this is like one of your favorite musicals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Why?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Because I'm mentally ill, but like other than that. No, okay, wait. What were we talking about? Oh, Les Mis. Okay, yeah.
So why is Les Mis your favorite musical?
Well,
what do you like about it so much?
Let me tell you. Okay, yeah. So my mom introduced me to this musical.
Oh, really?
She loved it since she was about my age, because at the time they played it in Divadlo na Vinohradech here in Prague,
okay.
And it was like a really big deal because there was never before like this huge of a musical in Prague, and the production was really great. And my mom actually never got to see it.
Oh.
They never went, but she learned it because of her father, my grandfather.
Oh.
He showed her that, and then she showed me Les Mis.
Oh wow! It's like a family generation
trauma. Yeah.
Generation trauma.
They're sending me down the line.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry to my future children.
I think that's a delightful trauma to hand over to your children.
Yeah. Yeah. So I knew about Les Mis for a long time, but then my Spotify suddenly played on my own, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is amazing. On my own, pretending he's beside me, all alone, I walk with. I was on my own.
You were on your own, and then on my own. Sorry.
Sung by Lia Salonga, which is like a goddess in human form, and I absolutely like fell in love with it, and I started listening to the whole album, and I learned what the story was, and then I watched the movie, which is terrible, and then
we're gonna come back to that.
And and then I like started watching slime tutorials. Then I decided it's a very good idea to read the book, which is so goddamn big. It's
so long.
It has like 1,500 pages, and
because we were on a summer camp together, and she had it she had it with her, and it was like this giant ass piece,
and it was just one part. It has like
it's just one part.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And the fans nicknamed the book The Brick, because if you hit someone with it, you could actually kill somebody, because it's just so big.
It was very heavy.
Yeah. So then when we went to London in 2022, me and my mom went to West End to see Les Mis, which was absolutely insane.
Fancy.
I cried the whole time. It was so insane because when it ended, we went to the tube, and I cried the whole time, the whole way. I was like, it was crazy. And then I went to see it 3 times in Prague, which is
3 times.
We're gonna talk about it later. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? How did you learn about Les Mis?
Actually, well, I think I learned about it from you, actually. Because I think
I'm sorry.
No, coming back to the song on my own. I'm sorry, really. It's fine. Coming back to the song on my own, I know you introduced it to me because it was you recommended to me because it reminded you of another ship. I don't know which one, but it was a different ship. It was a different fandom which we were both into at that time. So you introduced it to me, so I knew about it, and I don't know how it. I think he just forced me eventually to listen to the whole to play the whole thing. Oh, actually, because I watched the Phantom of the Opera earlier, and you told me that Ramin Karimlu was in this as well, like one version of this. I was like, hell yeah, hell yeah! I love Ramin Karimlu, you guys. He's a god. He's so good. I love him so much.
He's amazing.
He really is. So I searched for slime tutorial on YouTube. Very legal,
Of course.
by the way.
Only
Okay.
legal.
And so I watched that. I watched it with Ramin Karimlu. Didn't see much because it was a slime tutorial. It was really bad quality. But I refused to watch any other version that was in Ramin Karimlu at that time, and I haven't still. I'm sorry. It's betrayal. I know. That's another confession from me.
Yeah.
Another banger.
Just confessions in here.
Just confessions in there. So I watched it and I kind of fell in love with it, and I've listened to it ever since. I haven't seen the film though.
Oh my god.
Still, I don't plan on seeing it. I've heard
It's
really
not good. Like it.
bad. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the film.
It's so painful to talk about it because it has so much potential. Because the director is great. He does some great stuff. Side note: he later did Cats, the movie,
no.
which
Oh no.
I don't know.
That tells you something.
I don't know what happened, but he won Oscar for other movies that he made. And
Okay.
the Les Mis movie, it has so much potential, and some of the parts are really good. Like the scenery is amazing. Some of the actors are great. Like, why the f did they cast as Jean Valjean and Javert people who cannot sing?
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm gonna. I hate.
So wait, did they like actually just not know how to sing? Did they like not edit it? Did they have autotune?
Both of the actors, like Russell Crowe, who played Javert, he was in a band for years.
Oh.
And if you search him up, singing, he actually can sing. But he had like, I don't know how many voice coaches, and each one of them like recommended different techniques, and he combined everything together, so it sounded like a dying cat. It sounded horrible.
Oh god.
The same with Hugh Jackman. Later he starred in a movie, The Greatest Showman, where he sings, and he sings like amazing.
He sings really good, yeah.
And I don't know.
He was cast in that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh.
And
Wow.
I don't know what happened in Les Mis, but he has this such a f***ing annoying vibrato. He sings.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman in Les Mis. He's like going, oh, boo, boo, all the time.
It sounds like he's cold.
He was probably, I don't know.
Oh,
it's
wow.
So.
I didn't see the musical again. But I heard him in like a snippet of The Greatest Showman, and he seemed like really good. So
good.
like, what happened in that movie? Oh my god.
It was terrible.
It was okay.
But like other actors, like the actress who played Eponine, she actually started as Eponine in West End, and she's incredible.
Wow.
But they also had like they played live music and they sang live on set, which is like a good thing because it sounds more natural when they sing. But the music is so, because if you go to see Les Mis in theater, it's like you shit your pants because the music is just so bombastic, and in the movie it's so toned down because it's live on set. It didn't mix well because the actors couldn't really hear the music very well, and while they were singing, so instead of being like you got which is like it's supposed to be like such a huge majestic thing, and you got like such a medium.
That's unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they just shouldn't have done like a live set thing, because that's not ideal.
But like other movie musicals do live on set, like The Wicked which is now, and it sounds amazing. But
really, okay,
because they knew how to do it.
Let's talk about the history actually, because you know a lot about this, because you read the book and you know the history and stuff. I don't really know that much. Tell us something about Les Mis. About the French Revolution.
Oh my, it's not big mistake.
Oh.
And
no.
It's not about French Revolution.
What?
Many people mistake it for French Revolution, but it's not. It's the June Rebellion. which lasted like 2 days, and they all died.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow, is that like actually? Oh my!
Yeah.
Are you making this up?
No. It's true.
That is crazy.
Yeah, because like in 1789, like the Great French Revolution was, and later, in 93 it was the big bloodshed. And years later, like, the French are absolutely obsessed with revolution. They have a revolution in their blood. And they made revolutions and rebellions like every other weekend, it seemed.
Wow.
And this was just one of the many. And actually, the author of the book, Victor Hugo, he got into the rebellion unbeknowingly. He just, like, went to see what's going on. And he ended up in the middle of the rebellion. And he was like, okay.
Oh, so it's pretty much like Jean Valjean.
Yeah. There's a lot of like, he just got mixed up in these in the whole thing, and he was like, okay, this was crazy. I'm gonna write a whole book about it.
Oh wow.
But they were like, yeah.
Well, that's a nice fun fact. Actually, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, and many people think it's about the
That's
French Revolution
yeah.
for some reason.
Seems like a very common misconception.
Yeah. My literature teacher. When we learned about Les Mis in school recently, she was like, yeah, so it's about the French Revolution. I was like, no, it's not about the French Revolution. I was screaming on the inside. Like,
Okay.
No.
No, I'm sorry, okay. Continue.
Yeah. No, that's it.
That's it. Well, you have to tell us history, like, I don't know,
Oh,
something about
history.
the book.
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna
It was
move
written
on.
in 1862
Okay, by Victor Hugo.
by Victor Hugo, which is absolutely insane, man.
He kind of is, yeah.
But it's
It was fun, though.
such a fun read. It's
Yeah.
it's insane because Les Mis is is known as the saddest story ever told, but the book is so funny. I was like so surprised by how funny it is. It's you would have to read it. I cannot
Yeah.
like.
Let's tell the plot of the musical then.
Okay. So the musical starts in 1815, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts in a prison where we meet our main character, Jean Valjean, which in translation literally means John, there goes John. It's so fucking...
That's so him.
It's so Jesus. Oh my god. And he's there because he stole a loaf of bread for his starving nephew.
And he broke a window pane.
Yeah. And then he was like sentenced for like 5 years, but because he kept on running, he ended up for 19 years in
Yeah.
the prison, which is
Which sucks.
really sad. And
So yeah, he's there with a bunch of people. They're all just like singing how miserable they are. And then it's-
miserable.
Yeah. And then basically, Javert comes in.
Yeah, Javert. Inspector Javert.
And I love that guy. He's so dramatic.
Yeah. I love the actor in this concert, 10th anniversary concert. He really puts all the
Yeah.
emotions in. Javert.
He's really good. I love
It's
him.
so funny. I love it.
Anyway, yeah. So he comes to like the prison / mines and stuff, and he basically tells Valjean that he's like gets like a permit to. Yeah, he gets a permit to off for some time unless he does another crime, and so
Yeah.
Valjean like goes to the
Villages.
world, goes to the villages, you know.
Explore the world.
And then he finds out that when you've been in prison, your life is basically.
Yeah, because the paper that he has, the documents,
Yeah.
the people can see that he was in prison, and the people are really like, really bitchy about it.
Yeah.
When
They like pay him less.
Yeah. And when he wants some shelter, they're like, no, get out of here.
No, my rooms are full, and I have no silver to spare.
Oh. So Jean Valjean is really angry,
Yeah.
but this very kind soul, Bishop Muriel, finds him and offers him
Offers him some food, I think it is.
offers him food and a bed and
Yeah, and a shelter, basically.
takes care of him. But Valjean, instead of being grateful, he steals the bishop's silverware and runs off but he's caught literally right after. And when Bishop comes there and is like, what happened? Why are you holding him? The police is like, he stole this silverware and he was running and he's like, and he's a criminal.
Yeah.
And the bishop is like, no, I gave him that. And why did you go away so early?
Yeah.
You forgot these candlesticks.
Candles. Candle holders.
Candle
I
holders,
think
not
that's
candlesticks.
called. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not English people, it's fine.
We're slow.
We're not American.
No.
Anyway. Valjean has basically this whole soliloquy about like, oh my god, what have I done? Like, and the bishop helped me, and he's so kind, and he decides to change his like whole life, basically.
Yeah.
If there's another way to go, I missed 20 long years ago. My life was a war that could never be won. They gave me a number and murdered Valjean when he chained me and left me for dead, just for stealing a mouthful of bread. And then it cuts to Fantine, I think.
Yeah.
And she's working and
Years
she gets,
later in...
yeah.
I don't know, some year.
Some
And,
year.
and Valjean becomes the mayor of this town, where Fantine, another main character, works as a factory girl in a factory. But she has a child, little girl, and the father left her. And she has to take care of her all alone. But the ladies in the factory find out, and they fire her.
Yeah, they get her fired, basically.
Yeah, and Valjean, he runs the factory, he has no idea.
Yeah. And then basically, so Fantine has to like become a prostitute because that's really the only line of work you can do in that time.
She starts selling her
as a firewoman.
hair, everything, teeth.
Yeah. Just to like feed her daughter, basically. It's really sad.
Yeah. But it's sad that she sends the money to her daughter, which is taken care of
Care of.
being taken care of by Thénardiers, which is like family that has a tavern, and they're really horrible people. And
they're so funny though.
They're funny, but they're so awful people.
I actually have a friend whose uncle played Thénardier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it was in Prague, so it's not that big of a deal. But
Do you know the name?
I don't know the name.
Oh my god.
No.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and Fantine gets like into a conflict with a guy who wants to, use her services as a prostitute, and he like hits her and she gets arrested by Javert, and Valjean finds her. He gets her to hospital, but she's like dying and he wants to help her, so he goes to Thénardier, to the tavern, and he basically buys Fantine's daughter.
Yeah.
Which sounds really bad. He's a really good father. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah. And he starts taking care of her and
Yeah.
like adopts her, and she becomes his daughter basically.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Javert discovers that this mayor is not actually a mayor. That is Jean Valjean, the criminal who he met in the prison years before. And he cannot let him go, and
he can't
chases him down.
He chases him down. He's so obsessed with him. It's
so embarrassing. Like, girl, let's go! Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then we actually meet. I think, because Valjean goes with his daughter. What's her name?
Cosette.
Sorry.
Cosette.
So, because Valjean goes with his daughter Cosette into like. I don't know, into a street, just basically. And then we meet...
It's Paris.
Well, yeah. Okay. They go to Paris, and there they meet Marius, and he falls in love with Fantine. And Marius then goes... Sorry, Cosette. What the hell? Why did I say
Fantine is dead. Poor girl.
Fantine is dead.
Oh no. Marius, wake up! What's wrong today? You look as if you've seen a ghost. Some whine and say, what's going on?
A ghost, you say? A ghost, maybe? She was just like a ghost to me. 1 minute dead and she was... He falls in love.
Fantine's been through a lot. Don't... Marius, Jesus, no. would the girl be?
That guy is kind of a Marius hater. We'll come back to that.
I know, I love Marius.
Do you really?
He's such a himbo. I love him. He's so insane.
He is. Yeah. He's. Oh my god. Okay, never mind.
No, I love Marius, but
Yeah.
I would bully him.
That is a crazy take, dude.
Anyway.
So we meet Marius, and the narrative shifts.
Okay.
Shifts to the ABC cafe.
Ooh, yeah.
Where we meet the revolutionaries.
Where we meet our boys.
Our revolutionary boys.
Red, the blood of angry men. Black, the dark of ages past. Red, a world about to dawn. Black, the night that ends at last. Their leader is Anjolas,
Yeah.
which is blonde guy.
It's
It's very important. He's blonde.
Yeah.
Just
which is a very important detail.
Victor Hugo just in the book there's like so many chapters where he's just like describing Angelos, and he's like his blonde luscious hair and his marble skin.
Yeah, and then basically you have like a few songs about where like Fontaine's no. Cosette is all grown up by this point, so it's a few years later as well. And you have like a few songs about this like weird love corner. I don't want to say triangle because it's not a love triangle. Weird like love corner between Eponine, a girl who's
daughter of Thénardier.
Yeah, and she basically like she's a criminal, but I love her.
But she's cutie.
She's cute. She's really we love her. We love Eponine, and it's between Eponine. She's in love with Marius, but Marius is in love with Cosette. And that's
and
that's also like part of the and then they built a barricade and they shoot people and so many of them get killed.
Every single one of them dies except Marius.
Except Marius, which is just
which is the only one who wanted to die because before Jean Valjean finds out that Cosette is in love with Marius and that there's this boy Marius, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, we have to go to England. We're just packing our bags and going to England. No, because he thought he was Javert.
Yeah.
Because he thought Javert was
Thénardier
following him.
Yeah. Because Thénardier went like I don't know. He found out about him as well, and he wanted Cosette back.
He wanted to rob the house.
He wanted to rob the house
or
and
blackmail him somehow. Yeah. So they were like, okay, we're going to England. Cosette told Marius, and Marius was like, oh no, I don't want to live anymore. So he went to the barricade. Ready to die, but he's the only one
who lived.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I think like they did not move logically right to England.
No, they did not.
Yeah, because Valjean was at the barricades as well.
Yeah.
And then they all died basically.
Yeah.
Valjean like survived, and he brought Marius actually to safety when the fight was over. But then he died of old age because he was a grandpa when he went to the barricades.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, Marius and Cosette married.
Yeah.
Javert committed suicide because he was met with kindness from Jean Valjean, and he could not comprehend that.
Yeah. Basically, it's very parallel to the bishop thing.
Yeah.
Damn for you in the death of a thief! Damn for you at the end of a chase! I am the law, and the law is not mocked! I'll spit a spade right back in his face! There is nothing on earth that we share! It is either Valjean or Javert!
Okay, so that's the story, very basically said.
And now you said you went to the Prague version 3 times.
Yes.
Right? We went together once.
Yes.
Actually, I was on one of the occasions. It was. Let me tell you something about that, right?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the time when we were together, because you said it was better the next time you went. Okay, so the first time, right?
Yes.
Us two. I wasn't expecting much. Okay, it's a Prague production, famously not very good.
Yeah.
Not very quality, you know.
Yeah.
It was way worse than I expected. I'm sorry, it was so bad. And it's like, I don't even feel like it was I don't know if it was the production, if it was like the actors. I think it was kind of both. Because the actors, it was like after I think some break or some holiday, so they weren't really they didn't rehearse much right before that. So that's fine. Like that just happens when you fell out of.
But it shouldn't happen. It
shouldn't happen. It shouldn't.
But
happen.
okay, we're gonna.
I'm not gonna diss them for that because that happens sometimes. And so they weren't. Their performance wasn't great necessarily. Like
it depends on each performer. Some of them were good. Some of them were.
Yeah, but I mean, like the acting performance in general just wasn't as good as I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like mainly Valjean, which is really a shame because like he's the main character. You know, it's not great when your main character doesn't really know how to act. I mean, they could all sing. Except
one.
Don't drop the name.
Later.
Don't drop the name.
I'm not saying anything.
You can say it, just don't drop the name. Because I think that's legal. I think we can legally do that.
So, I'm gonna say Mrs. Katie, okay. We're gonna go Mrs. Katie. Oh my f***ing god.
She played Fantine.
So like it was said, I went 3 times. Once before with my mom and my granddad, and there are 2 actresses that play Fantine. For the first time, I had this one, actress A, which was quite good vocally and from like acting point of view. She was good, and me and my mom talked about the other actress who plays Fantine, and she was like, she's terrible, I hate her so much. She cannot act, she cannot sing. And I was like, but like I didn't see her, I cannot judge it. Just because they wouldn't let her play Fantine if she was that bad.
Wait, so like, was the time that we went, was that your first time that you saw her?
Yeah, first time I saw... Oh my god, this actress,
Yes, like she's not that bad vocally, right? Like no, she like wasn't terrible though. She could sing, all right. She just couldn't control. Okay, there's a difference. Either you can sing and then you have to also control your voice and like I mean like give different emphasis on different things, like change head voice, chest voice, stuff like that. You know, belt and stuff. There's a difference between that, and you have to get a bit of put emotion into your singing as well. But that's different than not being able to sing. So I think she's able to sing.
Maybe.
She just hasn't really mastered the other thing.
Like, she can sing a lullaby, but you cannot play Fantine. Fantine is such an emotional role. It's so like, it's such a tragic role. And she was like,
She was like very smiley the whole time, I feel like.
She didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Even a little bit.
I think, well, let's move on to the other actors though, because they weren't great either. Like, the actor of Valjean, as I mentioned.
Jean Valjean.
That was crazy.
Like,
or Javert.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's...
Okay.
First, Valjean.
Right.
It's very... Okay, we have to say, it's very difficult in Czech Republic to find someone who can sing the parts of Valjean.
Yeah. And act good at the same time.
Yeah, so...
Pretty much impossible.
We got like 50% Valjean. Like,
yeah.
Vocally, he's great. He
Vocally,
can sing
good,
real well. The acting.
The acting was not great. So there's like, I'm gonna give an example. It's hard to describe if you like haven't seen it, but there's a scene where Fantine is dying. She's in the hospital, right? And her legs fall off the bed. And she's a dying person, right? You should be very gentle with a dying person. And Valjean... Apologies. Valjean, like, picks up her legs. And you would, as he goes to do that, you can see his attention. And you'd, like, expect him to be like, oh yeah, gently, like, put up her legs on the bed. No! Wrong. He slams them. Absolutely slams them on the bed. And she's just there the whole time singing about how she's dying.
Yeah.
And he's singing with her, by the way, and he's just just slams her legs on the bed.
Yeah, and often when he's like supposed to have some emotional dilemma, he just seems confused. Like he doesn't know what to do. But like in the way that the actor doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And okay, I don't think that he's necessarily a bad actor. I think the direction is. I don't know the director. I don't know what he did before, but the direction is not good. Like in the whole thing, not just with Valjean, but overall, it's just like it's so confusing.
Yeah. It's true that Valjean is a very difficult role, as is pretty much anyone in Les Mis, and like if you don't have a good director, you're f***ed as an actor, right? Because you don't know what to do half the scenes.
Yeah.
Like you can't think of, you can't just snap and like get how you're supposed to act exactly from your imagination, because that's impossible.
Yeah. For example, in Confrontation. This woman leaves behind a suffering child. There is none but me who can intercede. In mercy's name, 3 days are all I need. Then I'll return, I pledge my word. Then I'll return.
You must think me mad. I've hunted you across the years. Men like you can never change.
If you don't have a good direction,
It's Confrontation. For those not familiar, go listen to the song. It's just called The Confrontation. But it's a dispute between Javert and Valjean.
Yeah.
Right? And it's supposed to be very dramatic, because Javert is there to arrest Valjean, and like Fantine has just died, you know, Valjean has to take care of the kid, and he's like arguing with Javert, and they're supposed to be fighting. First of all, the translation to Czech is tragic.
Tragic. Wait. Hey, Zdeněk Borovec, who translated it, is a very talented man.
Okay.
And
I'm not saying he's not.
It's very like difficult to translate.
Yeah.
I think overall it's very good translation. Some parts are questionable, to say the least.
Props to the I gotta say, props to the translator.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying he's bad at this, but this specific song was not his best work. But yeah, anyway, it's supposed to be a very dramatic scene. It's supposed to be very emotional, and the direction is very, very important in the fight scene, right? In just general, and this one looked. The only fighting that happened was that Javert shaked the handcuffs at Valjean, and Valjean just went around him and kind of like grabbed them and threw them to the ground.
He was like, no.
He was like, nope, no, I'm not doing that.
It really looked like Javert was offering him the handcuffs, like, you can take it, and he was like, no.
It really did look like that.
And they just like went in circles around each other, and they were pointing fingers like, no, no.
Yeah.
And it was so ridiculous.
And that was pretty much it, because like if you compare it, we'll get into that like later, but if you compare it to the like Broadway version, or pretty much any version, like it's always so dramatic, and it's always so good. Like I think that in one version, Valjean or Javert takes a chair and literally breaks it like by the other person's head. And like it's crazy, okay? Like it's so good. And any other version other than the Prague one.
In Prague, there's also a chair. Just before the lights go out, Valjean takes the chair and he hits Javert, but Javert is like 5 meters away from Valjean.
What? He just throws a chair at him?
Valjean just takes the chair, swings it around, but Javert is so far away, and Javert like falls to the ground like he hit him, but
oh my god.
It's so funny. You would have to see it.
Well,
there are some recordings on YouTube. Find it if you can. It's so funny.
Look for it. I'm sure you'll find it. But since we're talking about Javert, let's get into his acting, his performance, because that was very tragic. That was a lot of tragedy.
Let's just say the actor is 70-year-old man.
Yeah. Okay, he's an old man. I'm not gonna on him, okay? But, like, he looked so confused. Because there's a whole song to Javert killing himself. And it's very dramatic. It on the West End or on Broadway or anywhere, he even, like, he gets standing ovations, like, pretty frequently, right? Because it's you've got, like, stars everywhere projected on the whole theater. He's standing on a ledge, and he just, like, in the very last lyric of the song, he falls down. But in this version, in the Prague version, he spent the first 2 minutes of the song just standing there and waving his little cane.
Yeah.
Then he spends the next 3 minutes, I believe, out of like a 6-minute song, looking for an entrance on a prop bridge.
Yeah.
And, like, he's very visibly confused. I remember hearing it, like, in his voice. Like, he was so not focused on the song.
He was like, fuck the song, I have to climb this up.
He did those. Yeah, so he climbed up, and when he finally climbed up on the bridge, he had, like, 1 minute of the song left, and he just, like, and in the very final verse, which is, like, the dramatic one, he just grabbed, like, a pole that I think was not supposed to be there. He kind of like spun around like in a half circle, and then he just like bowed so we couldn't see him, and that was the whole scene. That was the whole.
Other actor fell down,
and
like,
the dummy fell down.
crawl.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
Was it a dummy?
I don't know. I'm not sure. And something was on the ground, crawling or like laying there, and
Yeah.
that was
Very obviously not him because it fell from a different place as well.
It was so funny.
It's
It's
so funny, but it breaks my heart.
it's so sad because these are like so emotional songs, and it's like so cool if acted well, and you got this, and you're kind of laughing, and you're like, what is this? What am I watching? Why is this?
I just wanted to talk about, because you've seen the West End version, you said?
Yes.
Talk about that for a second, because I really want to, like, what was that like?
It was insane.
Wow.
Insane in every, oh my god. We sat like in the 10th row, so we were very close.
Okay.
And we had two actors, like the actor who played Javert and Valjean. It was close to their last shows, so the people were very excited about each of their songs. And the actor who played Javert was very young. He's the youngest actor who played Javert ever. And he puts like such an interesting, different perspective on the character. And vocally he's amazing. Oh my god, the scenery it's so beautiful. It's like you don't feel like you're in a theater, you just feel like you're watching through a window to another dimension.
Oh wow.
Because the set just like consumes you and drags you into the story, and at the end you're like, oh my god, I was in theater, it ended, and like, what do I do with my life now? And each of the actors put 100% of themselves into the performance.
Wow.
Because sometimes when you go there, here in the Czech Republic, some of the actors are kind of like, okay, so I'm gonna do it somehow, so I can get through it and go home.
I kind of get that because they're very underpaid.
Oh yeah, but like, it's...
Yeah.
I'm convinced that if you picked any actor from the ensemble, and you're like, you go play Fantine, the girl would slay it. Like, every single one of the people who play there is absolutely amazing.
You know, what I am wondering is, how was the, like, barricade and the fight?
Oh my god. I was shaking. The whole theater, when they started fighting, the whole theater was, like, shaking.
Whoa.
The ground was shaking, I was shaking. It was really... It felt like, really, there's someone attacking the theater.
Oh.
It was... And the barricade seemed so real. And once again, every single one of the barricade boys put their whole into it.
Do you have any more fun facts for us for the end?
About Les Mis?
Yeah. Oh no, please, about Hamilton. Because that's what we're talking about. Yes, yes, about Les Mis.
Hey, stop bullying. Cosette's real name is not Cosette.
What?
It's Euphrasia.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't know, hate two people who are named Euphrasia. I don't know. I was thinking it was named at this age.
And it's just such a random fact that Victor Hugo just mentions once, and it's like, yeah, actually, her name is Euphrasia, and never calls her
Euphrasia
again. Yeah, and you're like,
wow.
Okay, good to know.
That is amazing.
It's so amazing.
Oh, also another fun fact. This is from the book. You know who discovered the French sewers? Bruneseau. He was a guy named Bruneseau, I think.
Yeah, in the book you have the story, and then randomly it cuts into 100-page about rambling about the Parisian sewers.
Yeah.
Out of no reason.
It is so funny.
Out of nowhere, and it's hilarious.
So yeah, remember kids, Bruneseau. Bruneseau discovered the French sewers or something. And I think we can end on that note. Thank you for listening, if you're listening. And we're excited to have you for another episode. That will be soon, hopefully.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.